Hosted by Phil Bonatti, breaking it down, calling it like it is, and taking you behind the game. This is Behind the Bench on ESPN Fresno.
That is right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader, and your home of the Fresno State Bulldogs. Live from 3 to 6 p.m., taking you up to Giants baseball from San Diego tonight as they take on the Padres, looking to take the first two games of that series and potentially changing the trajectory of the Padres for the rest of the season. It is July 31st, last day of July, as we will turn the calendar to August tomorrow. Good to be here on this Friday. Happy to be here, and can't wait to get into what we're getting into today on the program. Of course, big thanks to Tony D for tossing it to us from the previous hour. Tony D Show, Sportsline Bulldog Hour, Tony D, 2 to 3 p.m. on the weekdays. And his show, my show, Gonzo's show, and coming back next Saturday, Paul Metter Show, the Central Valley Sports Report, returns next Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. So if you want to check out all of our programming, all of the shows that we've done, you can check that out at 1430ESPNFresno.com website and on the ESPN Fresno app that you could download for free today. And by the way, that app will help you listen to the Bulldogs all season if you want to stay tuned in there. It's easy. It's free. You download it, you open it, and it's already playing what you want to hear in a local level. So that's what we got for you. Of course, we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well. If you want to check it out there, ESPN Fresno, the platforms that you can watch as well. Lee's Air Hotline, how you reach us, 559-320-1430, the way to get a hold of us on the show. Lee's Air Hotline, sponsored by Lee's Air Plumbing, Heating, and Roofing. And let's do the weather check. 103 today, going to get up to 104. Folks, it's scorching hot out there, and we're going to be right around 106 to 108 over the foreseeable future. They don't call it the dog days of August for nothing here. So we're going to power through it. Stay hydrated, everyone out there, and be smart. Be smart in how you handle your heat. We know it. It's in the Central Valley, of course. And sooner rather than later, we're going to hit that football temperature, the football weather. We're, 20, almost, I want to say 21 days from high school football kicking off. 3 weeks from tonight. High school football kicking off in the Central Valley. Can't wait to get into it. All right, what do we got on the show today? We're going to hear from the voice of San Diego State football, John Schaefer, going to join me in hour number 2 of the program. You'll hear him. Hour number 3, we're going to have one conversation I hadn't heard yet from Media Day, Jake Applegate, who is a transfer from Nebraska, who is going to play tight end for the Bulldogs. And why not pair him with the other pass catcher that we have on the roster that was there at Media Day? You'll also hear our interview with Josiah Freeman from that day as well. So a little double dip in the 5 o'clock hour. Josiah Freeman, Jake Applegate on the program. Of course, we'll dive into multitude of topics. My 5 at 5, as it's the end of the month. We're ranking my top 5 baseball teams in Major League Baseball at the moment. We'll do some more ranking stuff. Another entry into the Phil's de facto NFL power rankings. We'll get into that. A lot of more topics to dive into, and can't wait to get into it with Tanvir, who's here today in studio. Tanvir, on a Friday, how are we doing today?
Doing good, yeah. A little bit later in the week than I usually come in, but I like to see what's happening over the entire week.
I'm glad we picked today, though, because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening.
Agreed. Yes.
Going on right now in our sports world with everything that's going on. Also, first time I'm seeing him this week, Gunner is in today. Gunner, how are we doing on this Friday?
Doing pretty good. My little sister just went off to college today.
Wow.
Her and my parents driving to Colorado, so that's something. But other than that,
you're all by yourself, holding down the fort, and wish sister goodbye.
Yeah, me and my 3 other siblings. So.
Oh, there you go. Well,
I guess I'm playing like mom and dad for the weekend.
No parties, right, Gunner? Anyway.
Nope.
Where's your sister going?
Colorado Christian in Denver.
Christian. Nice. All right. Well, congrats to her. And college is a big and scary endeavor, that's for sure. I know classes at Fresno State start, 4 weeks from now? I don't know. Something like that. Anyways, it's good to have you guys, and we'll be talking all kinds of different sports going on here. But let's get into the top story of what's going on our station, of course, with the 49ers. And I dove into it with the Ricky Pearsall situation yesterday at the top of the show. It didn't take a genius to figure out what the Niners pivot could be if Ricky Pearsall were to miss the regular season or general 2026, which we can dive into the bummer nature of that injury. But as my show wrapped up, and I believe the notification came out at 6:01 p.m. our time, Pacific time, Deebo Samuel officially signs back with the 49ers. A 1-year, $7 million deal to get his, I wouldn't say his career back on track. He was a little bit of it wasn't a great situation in Washington when he went there, of course. And he's back with the 49ers. And Tanvir, under the circumstances, I'm sure you wish it was a little bit of a better circumstance with Pearsall being out. But
Yeah.
Your reaction to Deebo Samuel being back as a 49er?
I generally positive, I would say. Obviously, I think once we recognized that Pearsall was going to be out for an extended period of time, I think Deebo Samuel was going to be that next option when it came to the receiving role. I think it's a simple fit coming back into the offense. This is a man that on his way out said that there's no bad blood. He loves Kyle Shanahan. He loves John Lynch and that organization. And after his 1 year in Washington, which, again, I don't think he did amazing, but I think he was all right in that role. But Washington itself was a dysfunctional team last year. I'm generally happy. Would I have rather had Stephon Diggs? Probably. I think I have stated that I think Stephon Diggs was probably the better like-for-like receiver fix for Ricky Pearsall. But Deebo is going to give this offense a whole different style of receiver that we haven't seen since he's been here.
Well, it's clear. I don't think Deebo. It's going to be fascinating where he slots in because Deebo is going to be the 2 in this offense with Mike Evans being the 1, right? And I don't think we've had a situation where Deebo was de facto the 2 in this situation, right?
Yeah, you could argue 2023, but I would lean that he hasn't really been the 2 unless you want to count Kittle as the 1, right?
Right, exactly. But that's the fascinating part of this is, can Deebo's skill set really amplify in that 2 spot where Mike Evans can take all the attention? I think this signing actually is really, really great for the 49ers, obviously with the ties of him being a 49er in the past, but I think just in general, I think what Deebo presents as an option for the 49ers offense coming in, obviously it's a guy who's a little more veteran, a little more able to know the nuances of this offense, and his skill set, he just elevates a little bit higher than most 2s do in an offense like this. And so I'm all for, obviously, this deal. I think this just makes a lot of sense, of course, and it's just a matter of how healthy he can stay.
Yeah.
And we don't want to see a version of him in 2024, right, that was kind of hampered with some stuff.
And also dropping a lot of passes.
Certainly.
That was a real issue in his last year in San Francisco.
Right.
But he was also the wide receiver 2 in Washington, right, behind Terry McLaurin. So he's had a little bit of time with that role. But I think it will be fascinating how Kyle and that coaching staff, obviously Kyle's not there hands-on as much as he would be, but it's going to be really interesting how they implement him. Is it going to be more like that all-pro season Deebo where he's in the backfield alongside a guy like Christian McCaffrey and he's getting a lot of these short routes, swing passes, or are you going to be forcing him to go down the field like you would have been with a Ricky Pearsall? Now, I will say, not to bury the lead, but I think DeJon Stribling can hold that role. I like what I've been seeing out of him, and looking at what he did at Ole Miss, he is a really good player. But I think that if they are able to use Stribling and Evans more as those intermediate deep route guys and allow Debo to do what he did best when he was with San Francisco,
Right.
that could be the perfect synergy for this offense in the receiving game.
Stribling's going to be he's going to be the wild card
tool.
Yeah, or at least he's going to be the wild factor in this,
Yeah.
right? And what he actually can be, and can he deliver on the promise of being the 33rd overall pick,
Yeah.
which generally we see in this area. You can turn a guy in that area in the draft into someone who can be highly productive at the wide receiver position. Numerous guys hit in those situations if you hit on the right guy. So not putting pressure on Stribling, but like you said, there's a lot to like from what you've seen and what people have heard from reports from training camp. But, the microscope gets a little bit sharper now because obviously Pearsall out with the injury. Christian Kirk's lingering. I'm not crazy worried about it yet. We'll see what that turns into.
I will say, if you get down to that Christian Kirk aspect of like just being the injury, or even like he has to play in the depth chart, like this team has had experience now with playing like with guys that are a little bit deeper down on the depth chart.
I'm fascinated now to see what this offense does look like and what those first reps look like against, whoever. I mean, obviously the Rams is going to be the first time we see the version of this offense.
Yeah.
I will say there is a stat I saw that got me a little concerned. I don't know if you've seen this stat.
No.
In regards to, this is from Josh DeBow of the AP, and I don't know if you follow him on the Twitter verse.
X Machine.
Yes. So the only teams in the Super Bowl era to start 5 non-QB skill position players aged 30 or older in the same game. It's only happened 4 times in the Super Bowl era of skill position players 30 plus. That was the 92 Washington Redskins for 2 games. The 2003 Broncos did it, and the 2004 Bucks did it. And we're talking about Evans, Debo, McCaffrey, Kittle, and Juszczyk potentially playing together. Whatever. Your mileage may vary on Juszczyk's skill position, but that guy matters in that.
No,
offense.
it's a skill position when you use a fullback like that.
When I read you that stat and the rarity of what this Niners offense can look like with the age that is surrounded it, I know there's a lot of great talent on it, but the longevity of an 18-game season with that statistic of only 4 games ever where we've seen offenses feature that old of a skill position unit, I'm a little concerned. Just based on, and let's see. Maybe the Niners can prove Father Time doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But that just from the outset of what I just spelled out, I get a little concerned about that statistic.
I don't think from that specific perspective or statistic, I'm concerned. I think I've already been concerned with the injury history that has plagued some of these players, and so that's not necessarily going to add something that I have not had already had concern about. But it is something to be said. I also do think though that older players are getting a lot more. They're getting better stats as we go along, right?
Right.
The older players,
The treatment's better.
Yes, older players in the early 2000s are not going to be getting the same stats as older players that are in the current generation. You saw Keenan Allen last year play pretty well at the start of last year, and multiple examples of these type of players have been popping up. I think that this team, again, when they're healthy, I don't doubt that they will be a really good team. But again, it's the injury question mark. Again, for that specific stat, I don't think that it will necessarily affect this team because I think the talent outweighs whatever those teams had. But I do agree that the injury concerns are still there.
I guess my better question to ask is that stat something or nothing? That's the better question.
Well, I don't know if that those teams had a Mike Evans and a Christian McCaffrey and a George Kittle, right? And
they did have a McCaffrey. The Broncos had a McCaffrey.
and McCaffrey.
Ed McCaffrey was. Well, I'll give you the units if you want.
I'm sure the Niners would love to have Ed McCaffrey right now on the receiving core.
Hey, Ed McCaffrey, great guy. I've met him. The 03 Bronx featured Mike Anderson at running back, then Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith, Shannon Sharp, and Dwayne Carswell. 04 Bucks. You had Tim Brown, Charlie Garner, Mike Allstott, Joey Galloway, and Ken Dilger.
Yeah.
So those are the names we're comparing it to. I'm not even going to venture to guess for the Washington people.
Yeah.
You had Art Monk out there and Ernest Biner, so making things happen. But then again, were those teams bad necessarily? What was Washington in 1992? That's a 9-17.
Oh, $4 weren't bad.
Yeah, what were the 07? Let me look up the 03
Was that the
Broncos.
Super Bowl?
10-6 03 Broncos.
Yeah.
Right? That's a playoff team. I'm not saying it doesn't equate to playoffs. And the 04 Bucks,
The John Gruden Bucks?
yeah, 5-11. So,
You said 5 and what?
5 and
Yikes.
11. Oh, 5 and 11.
you know, two years off of that Super Bowl championship from John Gruden. I think they did get back to the playoffs in 05, if I'm not mistaken, though.
Yeah, I think scenario plays a huge role in breaking this sort of statistic down. And I think that with a team that they had last year, I think it's certainly better than last year's roster.
Yeah.
I think that some of these younger players, Upton Stout, I think can have a really big role in this team. As a young guy, I would have hoped that Ricky Pearsall would have taken another jump. But there are players here that were here last year, and I think they've gotten better. And they've gotten better at the receiver position. They've gotten better at the linebacker position. They've gotten better at the interior defensive line position. So I think just in an aggregate, this team is much better, even if some of their key role players are going to be a little bit older.
Did you see we had a fight today
No, I
at
didn't.
Niner Camp?
Oh, yeah?
According to some reports, CMC and Greenlaw got jawing, and then Jake Tonjes tried to shove Fred Warner. Fred Warner didn't move, and then Tonjes went backwards, and apparently Colt McKivitz came sprinting in to defend his guys, and it turned into a full-blown dogpile today.
Yeah, I mean, that's Fred Warner is a very fiery individual, especially at camp.
Did he break Jordan James' ribs?
I find it very difficult to believe he broke Jordan James' ribs through the football. I will say that. But is it an impossibility? No, I don't think so.
You know,
Is Fred Warner Dr. Doom levels of strength?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Very much so.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. We'll see how it all plays out. First, Niner preseason game, I think, is in a couple Thursdays from now. Lord knows who I know. I don't know who the hell they're playing. I think it's the Chargers or something. No, it's the Titans. That's right. They're doing the joint with Robert Saleh.
Robert Saleh.
So yeah, Titans Niners, which I think we're going to have on our channel a couple Thursdays from now. So, cool. All right, we're just getting started, folks. We got 3 hours to get you to Giants and Padres. So more sports topics to get to, of course. I got a lot about this FIFA money grab. Plus, Max Arfton signed overseas. Maybe we'll get a little bit of reaction to that. Plus, I have some fun Madden guessing game stuff coming here, too. I tested Daniel. He failed epically yesterday. So I'm going to see how better you
Don't get me started on these Madden ratings right now, dude.
I look, you got to see his answers.
Oh, he was awful. You forgot Jahmyr Gibbs was a running back. So,
oh, my God.
Yeah, you can clown him.
Didn't have to do him like that.
He did it to himself. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more show right after this on 1430 ESPN Fresno, home of the Bulldogs, Central Valley sports leader.
A new era of Fresno State athletics begins this fall as the Bulldogs prepare for their exciting move to the Pac-12 Conference. ESPN Fresno becomes the new home for the Fresno State Bulldogs. Follow every snap, every basket, every home run, and more throughout the year. The competition gets bigger, the stakes get higher, and ESPN Fresno will bring you closer to the action than ever before. Fresno State Athletics, new conference, new home. ESPN Fresno.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Citizens Business Bank is a proud sponsor of the Fresno State Bulldogs. Hi, I'm Garrett Frank, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. With more than 75 locations throughout California, we are a banking partner that understands your industry and your company. Whether you're expanding operations or planning for the future, Citizens Business Bank is here to help ensure your banking experience is smooth, convenient, and aligned with your success. Visit cbbank.com to learn how Citizens Business Bank can help contribute to your success. Citizens Business Bank, N.A., Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Every day, the choices you make matter, especially for your business and the community around you. When you choose to bank local with FFB Bank, your deposits don't sit on the sidelines. They help fund local businesses, create jobs, and strengthen the neighborhoods you serve. With business accounts designed for you, local decision-making, and a team that understands your goals, FFB is here to help you grow. Because your success is everyone's success. Be the one who builds community while building your business. Visit ffb.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey, it's Phil Donati from Behind the Bench. If you're looking to help your young athlete build skills year-round, check out the monthly memberships at Valley Athletics. There's the essential memberships that help 1st through 8th graders develop the basketball, volleyball, or strength and agility skills. There's also the prep membership that's designed for 1st through 4th graders, while the pro membership offers advanced training for 5th through 8th graders. Both of those options include up to 12 sessions per month. Learn more at valleyathletics.co and get started today. Valley Athletics, developing the athlete in everyone.
Want to become a better communicator? Boost your team's confidence and emotional intelligence at the Sandler Communication Workshop on Friday, August 28th from 8:30 to 2:30 at the Hyatt Place in Fresno. Learn vital soft skills to enhance communication with internal and external customers. Coffee and lunch are provided. Seating is highly limited. Register by Friday, August 7th for a special discount. Secure your spot today at 559-283-4642.
Armament! 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 Say it with him. Armament, your go-to team for residential and commercial roofing done right.
Celebrate the 4th of July with a roof that's built to last. Save $1,000 off your roofing project when you schedule your estimate and sign up by the end of July. Lock it in today.
Visit ArmamentCoatingsandRoofing.com for your free quote. ArmamentCoatingsandRoofing.com. Armament! Armament! Armament!
Love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here in 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. We got some fun, big-time news for a local Central Valleyite. Is that a phrase?
Fresnonian?
Fresnonian? Is that what we call them? It's better than Visalians.
Not at all.
Not at all, says Gunner. Congrats to Max Arfston, I guess. I don't know. He seems to, according to sources, he will be transferring to Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough FC.
Yes.
Agreeing to pay up to $7.5 million transfer fee while the crew retains a clause that gives him an undisclosed fee if Arfston is sold by his new team, which, of course, as many of us in the greater 50 states just have no clue how soccer transactions work and whatnot. Tanvir, for the uninitiated, for the people who don't know, how big of a deal is this for Max Arfston?
It is big for him. This is a player that started in the Gold Cup. That was his first breakthrough, I would say, in the 2025 Gold Cup, and he's been able to carve out a pretty good career for himself. Had a couple of substitute appearances under Mauricio Pochettino, who is supposedly going to be coming back for the 2030 cycle, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, I mean, for a player, I think it's always great to challenge yourself to try and go to Europe. Now, another positive for him is that he's going to be with two American teammates in Middlesbrough. He will be with Sebastian Berhalter. He will be with Sebastian Berhalter and Aiden Morris. Aiden Morris was a player that was on the outside looking in of the U.S. men's national team roster, but still a pretty good player. And so, yeah, I'm excited for him and see what he can do. And basically, I would say a position of need for the USMNT as we go into the future and some of the veterans kind of phase out.
Middlesbrough is like it's a step below the Premier.
It's in the championship. So that
Just
is
like
the
AFC
second
Richmond?
tier of English football, and I would still say it is a top 10 league in the world. This is still a very competitive league, and he will be in line to play against some bigger European teams if they are to get into the Premier League through qualification.
Yeah, I'm seeing some names in here that I remember. Wrexham's in this league?
Wrexham they've gotten into this league, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They almost got to the Premier League playoffs, but we're not able to.
Former Premier League West Ham
West Ham just got relegated last year.
Yeah, Watford. I remember Watford.
Watford is still. See, these are like legacy teams that you have heard of in the Premier League.
Swansea.
Yeah, again, these are. I like this promotion relegation system.
Yeah.
In all of the leagues except ours for some reason, and I will go on a 20-minute tangent if I were to talk about that even longer. But I think that having this rotating set of teams within a division allows for growth, and in Arfsten's case, he will have the chance to possibly compete in a Premier League if they are to get promoted in this year.
So the transfer details.
Yes.
So basically, this means how long does he have? Basically, do you have an idea of like how long this opportunity lasts for him at Middlesbrough? Or
if it will just be a transfer, so he will be going to Middlesbrough.
So that's it.
Yeah.
He's gone from the Columbus Crew.
Yes.
Yeah. I forget. Sorry, I have loans in my head.
Loan is where you're thinking of where he could be coming back, but sometimes loans can also be bought out by the team that gets loaned because of clauses. But this is a transfer. Columbus Crew will get $7.5 million. Yeah, $7.5 million, which they can use for whatever they feel, whether that be services for their stadium. They can use that for other players and transfer fees. So, pretty open market, but it's pretty simple as well.
For a 25-year-old guy from Fresno who's able to kind of see himself get into this kind of league, you mentioned getting to play with teammates a little bit.
Yeah.
Just the future, like you said, of USMNT, like how much can this league cut his teeth a little bit better, like you said? Like, what specifically do you think this is going to really help in his career to be a guy who's playing in this kind of level of soccer at the moment? Like, this feels like a monumental move for him, for a guy in our area.
Yeah, any big move from MLS or local leagues to Europe, depending on what league it is in Europe, I will say is a big move. I will say MLS is improving year on year, but it's still not at the level that some of these European leagues are at. But for him personally, I think this is going to help him a lot with the physicality of top tier teams. England, and not just the Premier League, but also the Championship especially, I would say, they are known for physicality and being able to knock off offensive players and fight basically for the ball. And I think this is another thing that Arfsten can retain from Middlesbrough if he were to come back to the U.S. roster, which I think he should. I think the physicality aspect of things is what's going to help him, or it's going to help him improve in that aspect.
I don't know if you have a running Rolodex of like how many overseas U.S. men's national team players we got now.
I got it all in my mind.
So where are we at now? What's the tally?
I don't know
Arfsten?
the exact tally, but I'll tell you right now that we have a couple of players in the Premier League right now. Tyler Adams is at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Chris Richards starting at Crystal Palace. Brendan Aronson is at Leeds United, and there's one more that I'm forgetting. I think there were 4 Americans that are in the Prem right now, and I just can't remember the other one. But yeah, we got a couple in the. Yes, Haji Wright. Haji Wright got promoted from Coventry City. They were in the Championship last year, and then they're going into the Premier League now. So a couple of Americans in the Premier League that you can watch for sure. There's a couple in the Championship. Josh Sargent was a guy that started for the USA in 2022. He plays for Norwich City. I think actually he just got transferred to the MLS, but he did play at Norwich City. But yeah, all over Europe. The Italian league in Serie A, there's a couple. Right? Pulisic is in there. McKennie plays for Juventus.
Tim Weah.
You also have Yunus Musa, who I think Yunus Musa was a huge player in the 2022 cycle that now going into 2030, I think he can get back into that role. So there's a lot of different leagues, a lot of different players that you can root for now at the best leagues in the world. And that'll be really fun to watch.
Of course, the health of the U.S. men's national team is dependent on, of course, where they go from. Obviously, that loss to Belgium.
What loss?
Yeah, right.
I don't remember a loss, man.
But Pochettino. Oh, I can't get his name.
Poch.
Yeah, there you go.
Just say Poch.
Poch.
Yeah,
my guy, Poch. He ends up. It seems like all indications is that he's returning, and he's going to go through a whole cycle here. Right? Is that the plan? Is he going to get through the cycle until 2030?
Generally, with international contracts, you do get a full cycle contract. So the thought process would be that he would stay for the entire 2030 cycle. I will say, though, Mauricio Pochettino is one of the more tenured coaches in the world. And so when you talk about is he guaranteed to be in the entirety of the 2030 cycle, I have a little bit of hesitancy with that. I think there are going to be a couple of big-name teams that could have some openings in the next couple of years. And I think that if that opportunity was to present itself, then Pochettino would most likely be able to leave. But I think that he has started to grow an affinity with the U.S. soccer culture.
Yeah.
He loves staying here. And, I think that, if anything, I think the minimum that he would stay would be through the 2028 Copa America. But I think everybody is hoping that he will stay through the 2030 World Cup.
And I'm wondering what his stamp will be that he gets to kind of start that cycle now, as opposed to coming in, a year and a half before the World Cup starts?
Very tough ask.
Right.
But a very good coach that got a lot out of this team in a spot where coming into this 2026 World Cup, there was not a lot of positivity around this team. But as we saw game by game, this team, grew with the fan base. So, with the 2030 cycle, him having a full 4 years possibly, I think he can really help this team improve as we head to the sixth country-hosted World Cup in 2030.
Yeah, whatever that means, as far as that's concerned.
Right.
And on the horizon. So what his next 4 years, if you break it down, what those 2 years building to Copa, right?
Yeah.
There's a Gold Cup in there somewhere.
So in the next 4 years, we'll have 2 Gold Cups.
Yeah.
2 CONCACAF Nations Leagues, which is a secondary major trophy in the North American region.
Right.
We will have 1 Copa America, which we're not guaranteed, but there is a lot of talk in the zeitgeist that this Copa America will be hosted in the United States once again, which I know that there might be some, people who love South American soccer kind of go against that. I don't know how I necessarily feel about it. I will be happy because I get to watch really big games in North America once again.
Right.
But it's a South American tournament first and foremost, so I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, so there's 5 international tournaments that he's going to really have a chance to make a difference in, and also World Cup qualifying, because we qualified as the host, and we were guaranteed qualification as the host of the last World Cup, so we're going to have to qualify once again for 2030. So you got 6 tournaments right there, and if you're a USMNT fan, that is going to be really exciting.
Don't worry, we got 64 chances to get in there.
Well, hey,
in the new World Cup.
Where it's going, we might not even have a World Cup with European and North American teams.
Okay, let's get into it with Infantino and his craziness going on. Because, of course, he's exploring private equity as far as selling stakes into the World Cup, which is just starting to really feel like some end of the world kind of end of the end game stuff as it comes to the World Cup we know and love. Clearly, the soccer world is against this, according to some federations who have already come out and said, no, you're a moron. Let's not do that. But what is going to win out here when it comes to this? Obviously, I don't think Infantino can run a World Cup without those federations, so I don't think we're going to see this thing moving forward. But the thoughts are there right now, and the idea of what they're trying to create when it comes out of what this World Cup represented, which was a wildly successful World Cup for the most part, aside from a couple of some
public relations
some
issues,
real political,
which
is just whatever. That's just what we see every time.
With the World Cup as well, it's happened.
What is politics without? What is a FIFA World Cup without politics? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
But this is starting to really jump the shark for a lot of people, right? When you heard all these reports, I'm sure you were like, get this out of my sport like everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to say how bad it is because we all know it's a terrible idea as far as that's concerned. But what was your reaction to the response? Because I think the response matters from UEFA standpoint, from CONCACAF standpoint, from I think ASI or what the Asian Federation
AFC,
came out. AFC, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Came out and denounced it today, I believe. So, what has your reaction to the reaction?
Well, I am proud, basically, that these teams and these federations have come out and spoke up against this sort of scenario happening. Now, I will say it is out of the federation's hands. It is through FIFA, and they have until September 19th, I should say, to come through with an agreement on this sort of situation. I think that UEFA being the first federation to come out with a statement also speaks volumes, and this sort of issue is going to take into effect right after that. But also the 2027 Women's World Cup is coming up next year.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about this situation of European teams not compete, that's what they're asking. That's what they're saying, I should say. UEFA, which is Europe, CONCACAF, which is North America, and now AFC, which is Asia, all those teams would refuse to compete at a World Cup. And the Women's World Cup next year will be the first to feel the effects of that. That is losing out on a lot of revenue. You want to talk about the United States, the Mexican fan base. You want to talk about the Spanish fan base in France, Germany, England. These are all massive fan bases that spend loads of money to go to these games. And you would be, in FIFA, would be losing out on that. So I think it's big that the European Federation was the first to say it. But now you have another confederation that has a lot of money backing behind it in CONCACAF. I don't think this will go through. But, again, it's FIFA. I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen my favorite player of this tournament get a red card rescinded out of nowhere.
I think they call the bluffs. I think they don't. Sorry, let me go back to it. FIFA doesn't really like to call the bluff or whatever it is. Like you saw them try to push a World Cup every 2 years, and they tried. That got shut down.
This 64-team World Cup issue is very disliked, I would say, in the community.
Not to the point of boycotting just quite yet, but it's getting there. But and then the Super League, like soccer has such a great ability to see you see movements come across these billionaires' ideas and what happens. And to me, it's fascinating to see that the actual change can happen in this sport. And I'm sitting here why don't we see it anywhere else?
No, I liken it a lot to the issues that are playing college football right now.
That's the same deal.
There's so many issues that people, fans, teams dislike so much. But you feel like in that aspect, there's not much change that you as a fan can really make.
Right.
We're talking about 24-team college football playoff, and I as a college football fan is sitting here, what can I do at the end of the day? I'm not going to be able to do anything.
Right.
But I think in soccer, that is the positive.
Yeah.
Especially in international football, where this sport is considered sacred to a lot of people. And there's a lot of change that can happen because people will stop paying money.
The college football side of things is a fascinating angle. I wish I had more time to get into it, but I know we're up against it on a break, so maybe we explore that down the road. But this soccer stuff, man, it just you would think the World Cup's over and we're done talking about it, but
hey, I love that we're still talking about it.
We're here
for worse or for better.
All right, we're gonna totally take a different turn here because I want to have fun with the Madden ratings because they're starting to trickle out here.
Yes.
I don't know if you've been paying. I hope you have
a little bit, not necessarily.
Yeah. I don't know what Gunner's been looking at the Madden ratings unless you're just locked in.
My team is getting screwed, so
okay.
I pay attention.
Let's take a break because I want to have fun with these. I want to see what you guys think as far as the ratings are concerned. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more Behind the Bench after this.
Watching the action is one thing. Feeling like you're part of it is something else. Experience Flex Steel Pulse at Fashion Furniture. Innovative seating with immersive sound that lets you hear and feel your entertainment in an entirely new way. Come experience Flex Steel Pulse for yourself at Fashion Furniture. I'm Paul Leffler for Fashion Furniture, your official furniture partner of Fresno State Athletics. Across from River Park in Fresno, learn more at fashionfurnitureco.com.
Citizens Business Bank is a proud sponsor of the Fresno State Bulldogs. Hi, I'm Garrett Frank, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. With more than 75 locations throughout California, we are a banking partner that understands your industry and your company. Whether you're expanding operations or planning for the future, Citizens Business Bank is here to help ensure your banking experience is smooth, convenient, and aligned with your success. Visit cbbank.com to learn how Citizens Business Bank can help contribute to your success. Citizens Business Bank, N.A., Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code FOOTBALL at checkout. That's harrys.com, code FOOTBALL. Enjoy!
Spring and summer weddings, prom, graduation. Patrick James is your premier destination. Elegant tuxedos and suits for purchase or rental. We offer full-service tailoring on site, custom clothing offerings, and the West Coast's first Martin Dingman Lodge and Johnny O Shop and Shop. Please come in and experience the exemplary customer service and quality apparel carefully selected for you from all your favorite brands. Patrick James in Fig Garden Village or patrickjames.com. Started in Fresno and serving the Valley since 1962.
Welcome to A Plus Signs.
Thanks. Yeah, I need some custom exterior signs for my business.
Great. What's the name of your business?
C Plus Signs.
Wait, you own a sign company?
Yep, C Plus Signs.
And you want us, A Plus Signs, to make your signs?
Yeah, I need them really fast, and we can't touch our turnaround times.
We are kind of known for that.
For signs that stop traffic, drive traffic, and even direct traffic, call A Plus Signs.
Remember, A Plus has great technicians to service and repair signs, too.
Yeah, we got a guy, but he's afraid of ladders.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Welcome back to Behind the Bench on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Here on this Friday, hour number 1, wrapping up hour number 1. All right, I tried and absolutely got failure from intern Daniel yesterday on this Madden rating. So I'm going to try it with a couple of guys who may know ball a little bit better than Daniel did. Yesterday, I got Gunner here and I got Tanvir here, and I got about 10 minutes to quiz him on some stuff. Before I do, I'm going to play the obnoxious game show music here in a second.
Nightmares.
Tanvir, how much do Madden ratings matter in your life?
At this point in my life, 0.
Oh.
Yeah, I've.
When was the apex of you caring about Madden ratings?
Apex of me caring about Madden ratings probably like 23, 22 maybe.
Okay. All right.
I've just again, Madden's just not the game for me anymore. I've gone straight onto college football.
Yeah, I get you. The college football ratings would be fun to go through as well.
Yeah.
But Gunnar, what about you? How much do you?
Yes.
All right. So there we go.
Yeah.
We found a sicko. I want to get into some top 10 lists here, and I want to see if you guys can go back and forth and gamify it. So, we're gonna see who lasts longer. It's gonna be Family Feud style. So you're gonna go back and forth, and whoever hits 3 strikes first loses. But of course, I'll flip who starts each time, if that makes sense.
Sounds
right?
good.
All right. So let's do the music here.
He's already won because he can't hear this properly.
No. Okay. Okay. Top 10 rookies in Madden. Top 10 rookies in Madden. Can you guys name it? We're gonna go youngest first. Gunner, you're gonna go first.
Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs is number 2 on the list at an 82 overall. Number 2. Tanvir, what do you got?
Let's go Arvell Reese.
Arvell Reese is number 5 at 79 overall. Gunner, back to you.
Fernando.
Mendoza is not in the top 10, so you got a strike there. One strike to Gunner.
Yeah, that was shocking because I said I know Fernando's not in there earlier. Give me Spencer Fano.
Number 8 at 79 overall.
Okay.
Back to you, Gunner.
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
Number 1 overall at 82 overall.
That's on me.
So. All right, back to you, Tanvir.
Carnell Tate.
Not in the top 10.
Wow.
Strike to Tanvir.
Really?
All right, we're tied at 1. Gunner, back to you.
Is Ruben Bain in there?
Ruben Bain is in there. Number 4 overall at 80 overall.
So what numbers we have left?
I think you have 3, 6, 7, 9, and 10.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm going to go with the other offensive tackle that was highly touted. I'm going Francis Mauigoa.
Number 10 on the list, just to cut at 78 overall. Gunner, back to you.
Oh my goodness, bro, I'm blanking. I mean, I've got all my picks were high value, but
yeah.
Oh, I'm forgetting the edge rusher for the Texas Tech. What's his name, dude? Oh wait, dude, it's right there. Oh my.
3, 2, 1. Taylor's gonna steal.
I feel bad. It's David Bailey.
David Bailey is the name you're thinking there. All right, so Tanvir, we got 3 guys left.
Was that the number 3?
That was number 3, by the way.
I'm freaking it. Dang it.
I'm forgetting somebody's name that I don't know why I'm forgetting it because he was one of my favorite players coming into the draft.
Hey, is it Mirio?
It's Gunner.
It's
Kenyon Sadiq.
No, strike 2.
Damn. What is that guy's name? Oh my gosh. You know what? I'll give it to you if you can remember his name. It's the linebacker who plays for Washington, and I can't remember his name for some reason.
What team is he on now?
I was saying the Commanders.
Oh, yeah, no.
Washington Commanders.
Should I count that as a strike?
Sure, go ahead.
Gunner, back to you. Are you out?
I think I'm out. Yeah.
All right, Gunner's waving the white flag.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
Tanvir, you just need one more here.
Okay, I'm gonna go. What about Mansour Delane, the corner?
That's 6 overall at the Chiefs. So there you go. Tanvir gets the rookies there. Akeem Mesidor.
Okay.
Is number 7.
He went late 20s to the or early 20s to the Chargers.
79 overall, and then Malachi Lawrence for the Cowboys is number 9. You're giving a look.
Malachi Lawrence. Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
You guys want to go top 10 position group? Let's go. Should we give it a top 10 position?
Like for teams?
No, like individual players
per position.
Position.
Sure.
I was thinking Sonny Styles.
All right, give me. What do you guys want to do? Corners, linebackers, edge rushers? What do you guys want to do?
I'll let him pick.
What do you got?
We're going defense?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess edge rushers.
Okay.
Or do you want offense? Do you want to?
I was thinking let's go QB off rip.
You want to go QB off the rip? All right, here we go. And Gunner gets to go first because I think Tanvir went first last time. So. Tanvir goes first. Tanvir goes first. Gunner goes. Sorry, Tanvir goes first. Never mind.
No, you're good.
All right, Tanvir.
Josh Allen.
You're number 2 overall at 99 overall.
Matt Stafford.
Number 1 at 99 overall.
I was gonna say Stafford, but I didn't know if he was gonna be number 1. I thought they would disrespect him.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
4 overall.
Okay.
94 overall.
Got it.
Somehow Patrick Mahomes is still 96.
He's a 93, and he's number 5
93.
on the list.
Who had a good year last? Oh, Drake May.
6 on the list
is
at
3?
92 overall.
Who is 3?
Oh my gosh, I know. I should know who number 3 is, but I'm blanking. But Trevor Lawrence.
Strike 1.
Okay. Jalen Hurts.
Strike 1 for you
Wow.
as well.
People are so mad about that in Instagram comments.
I don't. Yeah, I just thought they would do that.
No.
I don't think he should be top 10 in.
Justin Herbert.
8th overall at a 90 overall.
Justin Beer, you mean?
Justin Beer. To you.
I will go with. Oh my goodness. Joe Burrow.
He is the number 3
Okay.
at 97 overall.
Yeah.
You're missing 7, 9, and 10.
Okay.
Iceman, Caleb Williams.
That's number 9 at 90 overall.
So 7 and 10.
7 and 10 are left.
Dak Prescott.
He is the 7th overall
Okay.
rated quarterback at 91. Number 10 is going to be fascinating. I can't wait to see if you guys can get this one.
Okay.
See, I thought I knew it, but that makes me seem like
Just follow your heart.
Bo Nix.
No, strike 2.
Dude, there's one guy, I dislike him. And if he's in the top 10, I'm going to be blown. Like, is this Jordan Love?
It is not Jordan Love.
Thank goodness.
It is not. 2 strikes. Gunner, now back to you. You have to get this.
I got one more.
Because Tampier went first, so you have to get this in order to win this round.
Is it Bryce Young?
No.
Not correct. No, it's not Bryce
Is this Brock Purdy?
It is not Brock Purdy.
What in the world?
Come
Who
on.
is this?
Who's
Okay.
number 10 overall?
Jared Goff.
It is Jared
Okay,
Goff.
yeah.
At an 88 overall, they put it. Can you rip through the running backs?
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Derek.
Number 6.
Jameer Gibbs at 1.
Gibbs is 1.
Bijan Robinson.
Number 4.
Jonathan Taylor.
Number 3.
Did we get 5?
I mean, you got Derrick Henry.
Is K9 in there?
You haven't gotten 5th yet.
You said Kenneth Walker.
9.
Okay.
Overrated.
He's a 90.
Oh my goodness. Why? I don't know why.
Wait, who's left?
I don't know why I'm thinking of Jalen Warren, but it's not Jalen Warren.
You got 5, 7, 8, and 10 left.
Rico Dowdle.
No. God, no.
Oh my goodness. Why am I blanking on running backs? Oh, Saquon Barkley.
7 overall.
Okay. And then we already said Gibbs.
Yeah.
Miami Bears. Just try to run through the teams.
Come on.
Travis Etienne.
No.
Devon
Travis Etienne?
No. Well, that's
Travis Etienne?
Well, no, that's how you
Travis
pronounce his
Etienne?
name. It's Etienne.
Or Travis Etienne. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Or are you going to go Devon Etienne too?
Devon Etienne. I'll go.
No.
Oh, wait, you're right. That is how you say it.
James Cook is 5.
Okay.
5 overall.
Yeah.
You got 8 and 10.
8 and 10.
Both in the NFC.
NFC.
Oh, it's Kyron Williams
As he's 10.
and C-Mac?
Not C.
Wait, we already said
I
McCaffrey.
already said CMC, yeah.
I say C-Mac.
Oh, really? Jordan James.
No.
No.
It's another JJ.
Jawan Jennings? No. Who was another J? Dude, I'm thinking of like everything else. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. No.
Had an epic game-ending run against your team. Maybe a few years ago.
Josh Jacobs.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking the Packers running back. And I just couldn't remember who it was. for some
Josh
reason.
Jacobs.
Raider. You said Packers? I didn't hear that.
Packers. All right, let's take a break. End of hour 1. Hour number 2 coming up next. You're at 1430 ESPN Fresno, home of the Bulldogs and your Central Valley sports leader.
Your home for Fresno State athletics and Central Valley sports is always within reach. Download the ESPN Fresno app and take us wherever you go. Start your mornings with the Valley Rise Show with Gonzo, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. Then keep the conversation going with Behind the Bench and Phil Benatti, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Breaking news, exclusive interviews, game coverage, and the stories that matter most to Bulldog fans. Download the ESPN Fresno app today and stay connected to your home of Fresno State athletics. ESPN Fresno.
Hey, it's Phil Benatti from Behind the Bench. Summer's here, and that means a lot of us are either heading to the lake, taking a family trip, or hitting the beach. It's a fun time of year, but with more people on the road, it's always smart to stay alert and drive safe. But if the unexpected happens and you're hurt in an accident that wasn't your fault, give Davis and Van Wagenen a call. They're great to work with. They'll fight for your compensation you deserve. Have a great summer and stay safe out there. From me and my friends at Davis and Van Wagenen.
You don't need a passport to play the best golf courses around the world. With Roger Dunn Golf Shop's state-of-the-art golf simulators. Coach Pat Hill, where are you playing today?
Playing number 7 at Pebble Beach. It's 3-par into the ocean.
And as Coach always says, any course, anytime, anywhere. All over the world without even getting on a plane. What's with the kilt?
Now we're in Scotland at St. Andrews, and you don't have to even leave Fresno. I'm doing it right here at Roger Dunn Golf.
Remember, you're always number 1 at Roger Dunn.
Table grape season is underway, and every hour a tractor is down can cost you money. Kubota delivers dependable power, easy operation, and the performance growers rely on in the Grove. So make sure you get the right tractor this season at Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer. With Fresno and Reedley locations, Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, has the equipment, parts, and service you need when timing matters most. Make this table season count. Visit Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, today at pioneerequipmentca.com.
Cyber criminals stole $10 trillion from U.S. businesses last year. Did you know that 75% of businesses hit with ransomware do not survive? Is your company protected? Could your company survive a real-time cyber attack? Get a free consultation from M-Cubed Technologies today. Our team of cyber professionals are here to help and protect you from this real threat. Don't fall victim to cybercrime and risk losing your business. Contact M-Cubed Technologies today at mcubedtechnologies.com.
Every day, the choices you make matter, especially for your business and the community around you. When you choose to bank local with FFB Bank, your deposits don't sit on the sidelines. They help fund local businesses, create jobs, and strengthen the neighborhoods you serve. With business accounts designed for you, local decision-making, and a team that understands your goals, FFB is here to help you grow. Because your success is everyone's success. Be the one who builds community while building your business. Visit ffb.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
They're here already.
Perfect timing, because the water heater just stopped working.
You're kidding. We've got a house full of people in the middle of July.
I know we've needed to replace it. I just didn't want to deal with finding a reliable plumber.
Yeah, the waiting, the guessing, it's a hassle.
Wait, Michelle down the street had this exact problem.
That's right. A friend told her to call Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating.
And she said it couldn't have gone smoother. They gave her a 2-hour window so she didn't spend all day waiting around.
That alone would save us today.
Plus, the plumber was friendly, professional, even shared some helpful tips.
That's the kind of service you remember.
She even signed up for their Club Advantage membership, so she gets discounted rates, 24/7 emergency service, and AC maintenance visits.
Let's call Lee's before someone asks for a shower.
Don't let a water heater problem disrupt your summer plans. Trust the professionals at Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating for reliable service you can count on. Visit leesair.com or call 559-785-1212. CLN number 635355.
You're listening to 1430 ESPN Fresno, your home for Fresno State Bulldog athletics and the Central Valley sports leader, KFIG Fresno.
This is SportsCenter. I'm Ed Bengen. First up, baseball on the final day of July and just a few days before the trade deadline. One trade made today when the Mets sent left-hander reliever A.J. Minter to the Twins, exchanged for a pair of minor leaguers. On the diamond, Shohei Ohtani is expected to be back in the lineup of the Dodgers this evening. He sat out last night's game as he continues to deal with his knee problem. The Dodgers open up a series with the Red Sox tonight. LA looking for win number 70 on the season. Boston now holding the second wild card spot in the American League. The Yankees hold the top wild card spot, and earlier today, they shot out the Cubs at Wrigley.
He can play the position now. High fly ball, deep left center. PCA back, looking up, see ya.
A long home run for Rosario. Yankees first hit, and they lead 1-0.
That call for the Yes Network as New York beats Chicago 2-0. The two teams will play again tomorrow night, and the game can be heard right here on ESPN Radio. One other game underway. Pirates leading the Reds 3-2 in the third. Pittsburgh 2.5 games out of a wild card spot in the National League. To football, the Packers welcome back their starting tight end. Tucker Kraft was taken off the PUP list by the team today. He's recovering from a torn ACL suffered 9 months ago. Atlanta quarterback Tua Tagovailoa continues to deal with what he is calling a tweak in his back, but insists the injury is not serious. There is no timetable as far as when he will be able to return to full practice. Michael Penix Jr. also continues to recover from his knee injury. In college basketball, Wichita State has given head coach Paul Mills a 3-year contract extension with the Shockers.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday. From back together weekend in football to MLB trade deadline, I'll react to it all during my Upon Further Review. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
From local high school sports,
it's good to be joined by our Student Athlete of the Week. Anthony, how's it feel to be a Student Athlete of the Week?
Feels good, man.
to your Fresno State Bulldogs.
Pleasure to always have Coach Entz in the building here. And Coach, how are you doing on this Tuesday night?
Doing good. Doing really good.
When the athletic director of Fresno State drops in here at ESPN Fresno, Garrett, it's good to have you in.
You know, we're just grinding every day, trying to get better. But beautiful weather right now.
And voices from the pros.
On ESPN Fresno with Sean Merriman, Charger linebacker. Great, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Q Myers joining me now. He's with the Raiders, of course.
Man, I love Fresno. I really do, man.
Rick Neuheisel here with us on ESPN Fresno.
It is a treat to be on ESPN Fresno.
This is your home for all things sports. Hosted by Phil Bonatti, breaking it down, calling it like it is, and taking you behind the game. This is Behind the Bench on ESPN Fresno.
That is right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader, taking you up to 6 o'clock today. Giants and Padres, game 2 of their 4-game set in San Diego, which you can listen to right here on 1430. Reminder, tonight's game on TV is on Apple TV, so if you don't have that, we're a good alternative, huh? 1430 would be a nice place to listen. So offering it there for you. So Giants and Padres tonight. Over on 790, A's hosting the Tigers. And the Tigers, of course, in the thick of trading some players from their roster as well. Tarek School, ever heard of him? Anyways, got a lot to talk about, of course. And Tanvir is in for another hour. Gunner is here as well. Gunner, were you here the last time we did my de facto power rankings? The initial 4? I think you were.
The first 4 I was here for.
You haven't heard the rest of it yet?
No, sir.
Okay, so we are 8 in, and so for the audience who has heard it, Tanvir, first of all, we did this last year. I really negged my Patriots last year in this ranking.
And yeah. I was there just being bigging your team up.
Yeah, well, it's better to keep the expectations low.
Very true.
My expectations for my Patriots, no surprise, are sky high this year.
My expectations were low, but holy,
yeah, that's the Dolphins this year. Because I have a little reminder, refresher for the audience who has heard some of these ratings. If you tune in, I have the Dolphins at 32. I have the Cardinals at 31. I have the Jets at 30. I have the Browns at 29. I revealed 2 days ago that I have the Raiders at 28. I have the Titans at 27. I have the Commanders at 26, and 25 the Atlanta Falcons sit here. So that's what we're working with so far. So today we are revealing teams 24 through 21. And I'll tell you what, this might be my hardest part of the power ranking here. Yeah. I'm having a real hard time deciphering. There might be some hot takes in this portion because my eye is spying some potential disaster teams in here, or there's some potential high ceiling opportunity for some of these teams. I don't quite know what to feel about these teams in this area. So this is really an ambiguous part of the power ranking. First of all, Tanvir, my bottom 8 that I just said: Dolphins, Cardinals, Jets, Browns, Raiders, Titans, Commanders, Falcons. Is any team leaping out to you anybody in the bottom 8 that's a little surprising to you?
No, not really. I think that would probably be my bottom 8 as well. I think the one team you could probably make the case for is the Falcons, because I do like their defense and their weapons are really good. They just don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback in camp either. So,
right.
I can agree that those are probably the bottom 8 for me.
Yeah, I have a hard time with the Falcons. The Falcons were really hard. It's just when you don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
I just can't. I've seen 5 years of Tua closely as a Patriots fan.
Yeah, it's not even they don't have a quarterback. They don't even have like a modicum of an answer at quarterback, right?
Yeah.
There's just nothing there.
Would they be? Are you?
You give them Mac Jones, they're a top 20 team.
Is that outside of the Cardinals maybe and the Jets? Is that like the worst quarterback situation right now? Like,
I would say it's worse than the Jets.
Gino's got a little left.
Yes, bro.
Gino got to right back a little bit this year.
I think so.
Like Cardinals corrected with Jacoby Brissett. And Carson Beck apparently can't throw a punt.
That's the worst one by far.
The Cardinals situation.
I will say, I do think the Jets deserve a little bit more love from you.
Yeah.
I like their team.
I like kicking them while they're down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, let's get to Phil's de facto power ranking part 3, which is 24 through 21. You guys get to play the game of too high, too low.
Okay.
If I put these teams here. So let's get to number 24. And at number 24, I will go with the New York Football Giants. The Giants come in, of course, having not an ideal season last year with the injury situation. Of course, you saw Cam Scatabo go down with injury. Malik Neighbors going down with injury, of course, last year. New coach coming in with John Harbaugh. I'm giving him a little of a bump coming in with John Harbaugh as the coach. Videos aside of whatever we saw for the introductory press conference, I'm a little, they had some really solid draft picks, of course, with Arvell Reese coming in, Francis Mauga coming in as well. They overhauled the wide receiver department. I'm not going to acknowledge one of them as a serious person who's going to contribute to the team, but Darnell Mooney exists, and Calvin Austin, I guess, is there as well. I don't love seeing Dexter Lawrence go from this team, so I'm a little worried about their defensive prowess. They have good pass rushers, but is that going to translate in their ability to attack offenses when maybe they get into some holes? Is Jackson Dart really going to take the leap as a starting quarterback last year? Is he actually going to live on the football field? Is he going to be okay considering how he plays football?
Yeah, he needs to be a better decision maker this year.
Certainly. So I'm not 100% sold on Jackson Dart as a starting quarterback in this National Football League, despite the flashes. So I'm hedging a little bit here, putting the Giants, but I put them above teams because I think Harbaugh is a good coach, and I think there is a little bit of stability there. I just can't get there, and I'm worried about the Malik Neighbors situation as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is slightly a little bit lower. I would say that I would have a couple of teams below these guys that you haven't listed before, but I will say, like, the defensive tackle position is certainly a hole that they did not fill this year.
No.
They had an opportunity in the draft, 2 top 10 draft picks, mind you, to get an interior defensive lineman with the loss of Dexter Lawrence, and they decided not to. They decided to go with an edge rusher / linebacker in Arvell Reese and an offensive tackle in Francis Mauigoa. Now, that is still really good, I will say, and that offense has some really key pieces, but I just cannot get past that hole. And also, the secondary, they lost a couple people. They added a couple people. I feel like it's more of the same, which I don't think was very good last year. But I will say, X factor for me is Isaiah Likely. Like, if Isaiah Likely can play at the best of his abilities, I think he truly can be a top 10 tight end in this league because he showed flashes in Baltimore, and his coach John Harbaugh is there. So I would imagine that they are going to try and even though he's not the offensive play caller, I think they'll try to get him the ball.
There is a world where the Giants do come out a little bit stronger than most people think. You want to hear their first 6 games of the season? They got home against the Cowboys. They go at the Rams Monday night, but then here's the fluff. It's home Titans, home Cardinals, at Commanders, and then home Saints. That's a pretty favorable. They lost it at the Saints last year.
True. So and the Saints team that is better.
But if this Giants team's going to take a step forward, if it's going to be a John Harbaugh-led team that's a little bit better than most people,
they got to win that game.
Then we're talking 4-2 start, 5-1 potentially. If you really can knock out the Cowboys in that early part, I'm not giving them many of a chance against the Rams in the Monday night game, but we'll see. But outside of that, those are pretty gettable games.
Yeah.
And I have the Commanders a little bit lower in their ranking. I think this is the third best team in the NFC East right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some sort of, what was it, 21 when they ran through a playoff run and got absolutely blown the doors out by the Eagles when they beat the Vikings. So could see it. I could see it.
Yeah.
But I'm not totally bought on it yet. There's too many issues for me from the Giants. Gunner, too high, too low for you?
I like that spot.
You like it. You like it. All right. Number 23. I got the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
I got the New Orleans Saints here, and I'm buying high. I'm buying on Tyler Shough in this team, and I'm buying on the idea of what this division could be. They got plus 265 odds to win the division, according to DraftKings Sportsbooks. That's second best in the NFC South right now, according to DraftKings. Plus 184 to make the playoffs. They added Travis Etienne. I think that's an awesome addition. Or Travis Etienne.
Honestly, I'm going to keep saying Etienne.
I love Etienne. Jordan Tyson, which we feel like could be the front runner potential, like dark horse, nice best bet for a offensive rookie of the year situation. You add, of course, some pieces on the offensive line with David Edwards there as well. You do lose Demario Davis, who's been kind of a staple in that defensive side on the linebacker position, but I think there were some real pieces with the Saints last year that I really enjoyed watching. And down the stretch when Tyler Shough was playing, I don't think there was a more fun quarterback to watch outside of the top level that we're talking about when Tyler Shough was going after and trying to win games, like that Bucs game where he's just slamming into the corner of the end zone trying to get in.
I think one of those games was another guy who was really exciting at the end of last year, Cam Ward.
Yeah.
That Titans Saints game was really fun.
It fed some people there, despite what indications are there. But I mentioned this stat, I don't know if I think we talked about it in our quick glances, but Shough completed 69% of his passes since week 9. Only Purdy, Allen, and May were better. So we're talking about a guy who kind of knows what he looks like he's doing. Right, he's a little bit of an older quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, gettable schedule with the NFC South part of it. I'm convinced there's a world where the Saints can be better than my ranking is. I'm a little worried of the talent. I just need to see the talent all work together, and that's why I'm hedging a little bit and putting him at 23.
Yeah, again, I like the spot. I personally like the Giants a little bit better than them because I think that this corner room is just not that good.
Yeah.
The defensive line, I think, still it needs to get a little bit younger. I know Brian Brzez's there, and they have some pieces along that linebacker spot, like Ellis and Werner. But I just think that I like the offense of the Giants a little bit more. And the Saints, I think, can very much be a playoff team that makes some noise for sure. And I think that's what all of these teams are in this range, right? They're teams that can make noise if they were to play up to a level. And I think the Saints are in this group, but I would put them probably one spot below the Giants.
Where are you at, Gunner? Too high, too low on the New Orleans Saints at 23?
I'm going to have to hear who's ahead of them, but I think too low, if anything. Just because we know, I definitely think they're a sleeper team this year.
The smoke is there for the Saints right now.
Yeah.
Like as your kind of interesting team that pops out of nowhere. Like Patriots upside.
Yeah.
But I'm not claiming Super Bowl. But
right.
That's the apex of what we're talking. Commanders. We're talking from 2 years ago. The smoke's there.
You think they can be that good?
I mean, we've seen teams kind of evolve from that a little
especially
bit.
In this NFC. Like,
if I asked you 2 years ago, were the Commanders going to be that? You probably would have.
No, of course. But I do think Jaden Daniels was much more. He's a Heisman Trophy winner.
Right. Yeah. But like I said, the completion percentage was Shough. Sophomore bumps from quarterbacks when they come back. We just saw Drake May emerge. We saw Caleb Williams emerge. Your two quarterbacks. I mean, Joe Burrow did it when he was running through the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, your two quarterbacks, that's the top level for them to show what they were doing there. And I think Shough's got another level. I do really think so.
He's 25, 26 already, right?
Right. So I'm buying Saints stock.
I think we're all saying the same thing, just different angles of what we're
different fonts.
Yeah.
Number 22, I have the Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
this is a little bit of a hot take for me. But 6-11 last year. Of course, Joe Burrow missed a lot of time. This team, I just don't know what to believe with this team as far as that's concerned. I understand the offense is redonkulous. They can't run the ball, though, and they can't protect Burrow. And I don't think they quite addressed it as much as they should have on the offensive line. You add Dexter Lawrence, but you lose Trey Hendrickson. So you get kind of a net nothing there, in my opinion. Maybe Dexter Lawrence a little bit better, considering that. But outside of it, I'm not really sold on this defense being any sort of improved. It was one of the worst defenses in the history of the National Football League with this team. They're going to have to try to outscore teams again. And to me, that's just doing too much for a quarterback that right now can't seem to stay on the field. And I'm not betting on it in any sense to say that the Bengals can get back to where they were in 21. I'm starting to lose patience with Zach Taylor-led teams at this moment. They can't run the bleeping ball at all as well. So I'm lower on the Bengals than I think a lot of people are, and I'm going to bet on another disastrous season from them, despite the talent. I have to put them here as high as I can as the talent. I just don't believe in the system in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think that with the Bengals, this is a team that has had expectations year after year. I actually would disagree, though. I think this is the one year where they don't necessarily have those high expectations because a lot of people have been burned basically by Zach Taylor and company. I would put them a little bit higher. I still think that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins deserves a lot of respect as a trio. And I think that the new additions of Jonathan Allen and Dexter Lawrence along that defensive line, along with some of the draft picks that they had, can improve it a little bit. So I would put them a little bit higher, but I do carry those sentiments that I don't know how much I trust Zach Taylor as a signal or a play caller, I should say, for this team. And that's the main reason why I think they would be lower for you. But, yeah, I would put them a little higher.
Nothing shows me a smoking gun more than I don't like Zach Taylor than that, shutout loss to Baltimore when their backs were against the wall and they needed to win out in some capacity, and they no-showed. They no-showed at home against Baltimore when Baltimore was vulnerable. So
I was randomly watching yesterday the Bills-Bengals game from last year. What a choke job.
Brutal stuff.
Just the story of their season.
I'll say this. Joe Burrow, come on, man.
He's going to have to show it, prove it again this year.
How long of a leash do we got for the 21 season, right? From Joe and 22 when you barely lost to Kansas City. We're 4 years from that, you know?
Yeah.
You haven't really shown much.
It's been a long time.
Gunner, too high, too low on the Bengals?
I'm just gonna say a little too low, but I agree with you guys in the skepticism. I think it's valid.
Yeah.
So I can't argue too much with that.
All right, 21 might be a little controversial, but I'm gonna go with Carolina.
Okay.
The Carolina Panthers.
So this is another team that I think is in this range.
Right. I just don't feel it. I just don't feel it right now. And I saw it all last year, and I just felt like there was a lot of getting by and making things happen for this team, despite the lack of talent. I do like, of course, some of the weapons they had. They did lose Rico Dowdle on the running back position, so what is that going to mean from their running game, which I thought was a strong version of their offense? They do add on the defensive side, but I'm worried about the long-term viability of good players like Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd as your kind of big-name ticket guys that you add on defense. I'm worried about that as a long-term viability. This division's gettable, but is Bryce Young, did he get lucky last year with the way he played? He did have some really good spurts, and I thought he showed himself in that Rams game as a decent quarterback option. But I need to see more. I can't just buy it yet. It needs to be 2 years in a row for me. Career highs in passing touchdown. When your career high is 23 passing touchdowns last year and 64% completion percentage, that's your career high right now. And I know the bar was in hell for Bryce Young. But, I'm just not. I need another year of it to completely buy it. I think they got a horseshoe up their butt getting to the playoffs last year. I'd like to see it again. I do trust Canales as a coach. I think he's got a decent head on his shoulders. I just can't get there yet with the Panthers.
Yeah, I think this is the one team where I would say probably properly rated. If not, I would probably bump them 1 or 2 spots lower. I love their offensive line going into this year. I think they've made some good additions over the last couple of years for this offensive line. And for all we want to say about the weapons, that is where where I think that this team could trip up from where they were last year. It's just Chuba Hubbard. who's coming off of an injury-riddled season, and your backup is Jonathan Brooks, who is coming off of an injury-riddled season where he did not even play a single minute.
Right.
Rico Dowdle, the other running back, who actually, in my opinion, was the best running back you had last year, he's now gone. So can the running game get supplemented again with Chuba Hubbard this year instead of Rico Dowdle if he can stay healthy? If not, then I think that the train could fall off the tracks a little bit, even though I love their wide receiver depth in Tetero McMillan. I like Jalen Coker a lot, guys. I really do. And now he's got a new contract, so I think that 1-2 punch at the receiver position could really work well for them. And I like their additions on defense, but again, I just cannot trust their secondary and their running game. Even though J.C. Horn, I love J.C. Horn, but I just can't trust the secondary to stop teams, and I just cannot trust the running backs right now because of their injury history.
You can't trust Bryce Young.
I can't trust Bryce Young.
You can't trust Bryce Young right now.
I think a lot of people are looking at last year's Panthers team with rose-tinted glasses because of how well they played in the playoff game against the Rams.
They went toe-to-toe. The offense rolled with them.
And, should have won is not a win, right? It's still not a win. So how much higher can they possibly get? I don't see them getting that much higher.
Yeah. Gunnar, real quick, too high, too low on the Carolina Panthers?
I see too low, man. I don't know. Yeah. I'm kind of the disrespect of the Panthers, man. I mean, they made the playoffs last year, and like you said, they were competitive against what a lot of people thought was the best team in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that they have the talent, and Bryce Young, I think he's just such a high character guy. I just see him taking his game to another level this year.
All I ask is do it again, and I'll be there. Yeah. I'll be right there with you.
Consistency is going to be the biggest factor.
10-6 again, 10-7 again, or 11-6. I'm there with the Panthers, and I'm.
So I guess that's what my pitch is. Just do it again.
Do it again.
And I trust they're going to do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah, this whole division is certainly that picture where everybody's like, this division sucks, and we certainly should win.
Well, there is the bottom 12 now of the de facto power rankings by me. You have the Dolphins at 32, the Cardinals at 31, the Jets at 30, the Browns at 29, Raiders 28, Titans 27, Commanders 26, Falcons 25, Giants 24, Saints 23, Bengals 22, Panthers 21. That's what we got. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to hear from my conversation with John Schaefer, voice of San Diego State football, part of our opponent preview, weekly preview, hearing about San Diego State versus Fresno State. Stay with us. Behind the Bench returns on 1430 ESPN.
The action doesn't stop when the clock hits 0. Join Phil Bonatti on Behind the Bench, your home for Fresno State football coverage. Hear from coaches, players, and the voices that know Bulldog football best.
Nick Benedetto, defensive coordinator of Fresno State Offensive coordinator for Fresno State, Josh Davis here.
Exclusive interviews, in-depth analysis, and everything you need to stay connected all season long. Behind the Bench with Phil Bonatti, weekdays from 3 to 6 on ESPN Fresno. Download the ESPN Fresno app and never miss a moment.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri-Enterprises. Every acre depends on good water, whether you're irrigating or making a spray application. But not all water is the same. Water quality can impact tank mix compatibility, product performance, and ultimately your yield. That's why Helena offers AquaLens, an advanced water sampling program that helps identify issues in your spray and irrigation water and provides recommendations to help you get the most from every pass. Talk to your local Helena representative to learn how AquaLens can help you make every gallon count.
Don't strike out at mealtime. Step up to the plate and enjoy a meal that'll knock it out of the park. With Lynn's Restaurant Group, every spot is a hit. From comforting bowls at Ramen Hayashi to bold flavors at Lynn's Fusion, refreshing drinks at JT, and the new Ichi Shabu. There's something for everyone. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or dining after the game, Lynn's has you covered. Download the Lynn's app for exclusive offers and visit lynn'srestaurantgroup.com. Lynn's, the perfect summer eats.
Uh-oh, did your office survive the week? Coffee stains throwing a party? Dust bunnies applying for management? Don't worry, Fresno. It's time to rise and shine. Rise and Shine Janitorial Services swoops in after hours and works their magic. Scrubbing, sweeping, sanitizing, and making your workplace look like adults actually work there. Locally owned and proudly serving Fresno. They're dependable, detailed, and way more motivated than your Monday morning staff. So let your business sparkle without lifting a finger. Call Rise and Shine Janitorial Services today and wake up to clean.
Table grape season is underway, and every hour a tractor is down can cost you money. Kubota delivers dependable power, easy operation, and the performance growers rely on in the Grove. So make sure you get the right tractor this season at Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer. With Fresno and Reedley locations, Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, has the equipment, parts, and service you need when timing matters most. Make this table season count. Visit Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, today at pioneerequipmentca.com.
Armament! 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 Say it with him. Armament, your go-to team for residential and commercial roofing done right.
Celebrate the 4th of July with a roof that's built to last. Save $1,000 off your roofing project when you schedule your estimate and sign up by the end of July. Lock it in today.
Visit ArmamentCoatingsandRoofing.com for your free quote. ArmamentCoatingsandRoofing.com. Armament! Armament! Armament!
Hey, it's Phil Bonatti from Behind the Bench for my friends at Valley Athletics, the new go-to sports facility in the Central Valley. Founded by Valley legend Vance Wahlberg and former Bulldog volleyball coach Jonathan Winder. Valley Athletics allows athletes to really shine at volleyball, basketball, and pickleball. Visit valleyathletics.co right now to learn more about enrolling in our current volleyball and basketball offerings that include league play. That's valleyathletics.co. Proud sponsors of high school athletics.
The Donald P. Dick Super Saver Program is an annual maintenance membership for your home's heating and air conditioning. A certified HVAC specialist will service your system at no additional charge. They'll make sure to keep everything running right, including filter replacement, refrigerant checks, airflow checks, and electrical inspections. Improved efficiency prevents breakdowns and saves you money. Call 294-2100 for Donald P. Dick, AC and Solar in Fresno.
Want to become a better communicator? Boost your team's confidence and emotional intelligence at the Sandler Communication Workshop on Friday, August 28th from 8:30 to 2:30 at the Hyatt Place in Fresno. Learn vital soft skills to enhance communication with internal and external customers. Coffee and lunch are provided. Seating is highly limited. Register by Friday, August 7th for a special discount. Secure your spot today at 559-283-4642.
All right, it's a pleasure to continue our series here talking about Fresno State football opponents. And, of course, there is a very exciting opponent on the schedule for Fresno State, a great rival of the Bulldogs in San Diego State. And it is a pleasure to now be joined by the play-by-play voice of San Diego State, John Schaefer, with me here on the Lee's Air Hotline. John, how are we doing?
Bill, doing well. Appreciate you having me.
Glad to have you, of course, and exciting to talk about the rivalry between San Diego State and Fresno State. Of course, you know this program very well, and you know the history around it, I'm sure. And it's been in the San Diego favor for the last few years, but the Bulldogs certainly have a big opportunity ahead of them when they face them. Maybe once, maybe twice this season. We'll talk about it. But what comes to mind when you think of Fresno State and San Diego State matching up?
I mean, I think it is as good of a series that the two programs have. I mean, you're in a current spot where Sean Lewis, the head coach of the Aztecs, entering his third year, doesn't refer to Fresno State as Fresno State, but calls them that team up north. And they really do treat the game with just, I think it does mean more. I mean, all the games obviously count, and these teams are in the business of trying to win, but I think there is something unique and special about it, the proximity, the rivalry, the fact that the series has been played for, decades and decades, the oil can trophy that stays with the winner as well. So all those factors make it unique and special. And last year's game was a terrific one for San Diego State. The Aztecs have not had a ton of success historically winning in Fresno, and they did so impressively a year ago. It was one of their marquee wins last year as part of a 9-win season. So definitely looking forward to the matchup or two to come this upcoming year.
Yeah, of course, and we keep referring to that as a potential two-time matchup this year, and that's been the wrinkle in the Pac-12, this flex game. I want to get, what was your initial reaction to this and seeing that Fresno State and San Diego State were slotted as potential two-time matchups this year, and how do you think that's going to work in the Pac-12 with what they're trying to experiment here?
I actually like it. I thought it would have been a reach to try to schedule 5 non-conference opponents for every team in the Pac-12, especially doing it within like a year's notice. It probably would have created a lot of challenges. I think this is probably more beneficial from a strength of schedule perspective for the members of the league. And I also think it gives the league an opportunity to put teams potentially in favorable positions. For example, if you have a team at 10-1 or 11-0 overall heading in that flex week, are you going to try to match them up with like a 9-2 type team or a team that's more like 3-8? That gives that team a pathway to get to the college football playoff. And then beyond that, I mean, let's say you have 2 teams that are 5-6, and you want to assure yourself an additional bowl berth out of your league. Well, you can put the 2 5-6 teams against each other as opposed to against different opponents. So as opposed to having 2 5-7 teams, you might have 1 6-6 team as a result. So I don't see an issue with it. I mean, obviously the NFL, nobody is concerned about teams playing multiple times. Some of these teams meet 3 times a year in the NFL. And it does happen in college football and championship games with regularity, and even sometimes in regular seasons, although not as often. But yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I don't know if it's something we're going to see for the next 10 or 15 years, but I think for a year or two, it probably makes sense for the league.
Yeah, and in scenarios, right, you play out, you mentioned a lot of different opportunities. So play it out for me, because clearly these 2 teams that we're talking about with Fresno State and San Diego State are in the top 3 considered potential Pac-12 champion contenders, right? And so what is the scenario for you? Do you see it as a resume building game if it's Fresno State, San Diego State that could potentially match up even a third time in the Pac-12 championship when we get to that point? How do you see that playing out, and do you see that as what is going to be the possibility for those 2 teams at the end of the year?
You know, it's so hard to really know what it'll actually be, you know, whether it's going to be San Diego State, Fresno State or not. I would say this. I mean, let's hypothetically say that these are the 2 best teams in the league, and obviously teams like Boise will have something to say about that. But if you get to a point where, you know, let's say you had a 6-1 team in the league in San Diego State, a 6-1 team in the league in Fresno State. I don't think at that point you're matching them up, because they might then match up again in a Pac-12 championship game. So I think you'd probably keep them away from each other because of the possibility that they could meet again. I don't think the league's going to want back-to-back games in a regular season and then in the conference championship. But I'm with you. I mean, I think San Diego State and Fresno State, among that pair, it's probably very likely one of those 2 teams appears in a Pac-12 championship game this upcoming year. So there's all kinds of intrigue heading into it. And, yeah, there's certainly scenarios where they're meeting multiple times.
Yeah, well, of course, we got the one that's scheduled, which is down in San Diego. And Fresno State has not really had great history right now playing down in SoCal at the moment, looking to buck a losing streak down there. And frankly, last year's game against San Diego State was kind of the low point for Fresno State on the season before they turned around and beat Boise. What about last year's turnaround from San Diego State's perspective got them into that game and played that well against Fresno State? What has stood out to you most about what Coach Lewis has been able to kind of provide for this program going in from year 2 to year 3?
You know, he did an amazing job, I thought, after the first year. I mean, they were disappointing in 2024. They went 3-9. That was his first season. But he got a good portion of that roster to stay intact, despite the fact that they didn't have the on-field results they were looking for, which I thought spoke a lot about his just the type of head coach that he is and the belief he had from the players in his program, that he got players like Chris Johnson, a cornerback who went in the first round to Miami this past April, or Trey White, one of the top edge rushers in the country. These players came back. Lucky Sutton, he's a top 10 tailback in the country. He returned last year, has returned again for this year. He was a Doak Walker semifinalist last year. So he's been able to keep his core intact. He now has the proof of concept, as he went from 3-9 to 9-4, and last year was all predicated on their defense. Sean Lewis is a brilliant offensive mind, but he's also a smart head football coach, and he recognized that he had one of the best defenses in the country, and they truly were. Tough to run on and throw on, shutting out multiple opponents, including Fresno State, 23-0 last year. But they were so heavily reliant on one of the premier defenses. And the Aztecs have had some terrific defenses under Rocky Long and Brady Hoke. But last year's was right up there with some of the best they've had in the last 10 or 15 years. And that nearly got them a Mountain West championship in the final year. They lost in double overtime to New Mexico in that final week of the regular season. Otherwise, they would have hosted the Mountain West title game. But a little bit of unfinished business, but a good bounce back year for SDSU.
Do you feel like it's repeatable? Is there a lot of the same faces on that defense that Fresno will be facing in mid-October?
I think it's going to look actually a lot different because where last year SDSU returned basically the entirety of their defense, something like 9 or 10 or maybe even 11 players that had started games. It's all turned over. Some of those players will be in mini camps. One of them, Chris Johnson, was drafted in the first round. Some have transferred elsewhere. The DC for the Aztecs left for Nebraska, took a player or two with them. The edge rusher I mentioned, Trey White, is now at Texas Tech. With that being said, they have a lot of scholarship players back on defense, but only a couple of starters. Where the script is flipped is their entire offense is back. All of their skill, their starting quarterback, Jaden Danigal, who was banged up a little bit last year but played through it, is now healthy, had off-season surgery. He's fully healthy. Sean Lewis has rarely had a quarterback as either a head coach or coordinator in his career back for a second season. So I think that'll accelerate the growth on offense. But, yeah, it's I think the biggest step forward is going to be on offense. We'll see if they can maintain some semblance of that success on defense. But, yeah, I feel as if the script has flipped a little bit, and people are going to be looking at the Aztecs offense to lead the way.
It almost feels like these two teams are looking at a mirror. You're describing, a great defense on the Fresno State side as well, and kind of a run-heavy, very control-the-ball offense with, what potentially could be some good skill positions, returnees, a lot of returnees on the wide receiver side for Fresno State. It's fascinating how much these two teams, if you look at it from the offseason perspective, you look at them in a mirror and you're like, I can't wait. This might be the highest anticipated game in the Pac-12 this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's up there. San Diego State and Boise State, and I think Fresno State to some extent, they've had a good series. The San Diego State-Boise series, again, it hasn't been played for forever, but it's been a sneaky competitive one. I want to say the Aztecs might have the highest winning percentage among any opponent ever in FBS against Boise State. But they're close to 500 all time against Boise State. They've won on the blue a few times. Obviously, Fresno State had that marquee win last year as well in Boise, but yeah, I think you look at San Diego State and Fresno State, and the reason it's appealing is because you can make an argument that either of those two teams, again, could play for a Pac-12 title game. And maybe both will. Maybe that's a possibility. But, yeah, I'm with you. I think this is, when you look at the games in the league, obviously Oregon State, Washington State, because of their history, anyone playing Boise State is always intriguing. And then a game like this would be towards the top of possible matchups in the league.
I want to get your take on what San Diego State's playing for in the non-conference, too, because I think it's really important to educate the listeners of how important non-conference is for this Pac-12, especially in the perception of the Pac-12. San Diego State, you guys have a couple of games that I think really matter in terms of that narrative. The one at UCLA and then the hosting of James Madison, right, a college football playoff participant. So do you feel like there's a massive pressure on San Diego State to perform in those games to be able to champion the Pac-12 as a conference that can get a bid at the end of the year?
Yeah, I feel that way with a lot of the league, truthfully, in the non-conference. I think it's a really challenging non-conference slate in general for the league. I think, relatively speaking, that's encouraging because it creates opportunities, but you're asking for some of these teams to hold up their side of the bargain, so to speak. Is Fresno going to go to SC and be competitive in a game like that, like they have been previously? Like those games on national TV. That's like a chance to make a good impression early. Like Oregon State, Houston is a game that comes to mind. Boise State, Oregon, obviously. But I'm with you. I think San Diego State, they really do challenge up. I mean, it's UCLA on the road. The last time they played there, they actually won in 2019. The JMU head coach is now at UCLA, Bob Chesney. So now JMU has the first, year or a new head coach of Billy Napier. And that is an intriguing matchup, JMU in San Diego to take on the Aztecs. And then I think the Aztecs have a sneaky non-conference game at Toledo.
Yeah.
A team that's been good in the MAC, always has a solid defense. The Aztecs have now played road MAC games, I think, in 3 or 4 consecutive years. So, I mean, you're hoping to navigate your way through the non-conference, in a 3-1 type category. I think that would be ideal, and I think you remain in that conversation for a CFP if you can somehow, win a Pac-12. But it's not going to be easy, I think, for a lot of these teams, whether it's Fresno, Boise, again, with that Oregon game. There are some tricky Pac-12 games, and the league is going to have to perform to some extent in the non-conference.
In your opinion, though, if we see a good spread of results across the board, I mean, we like to believe that the Pac-12 feels like it has that kind of leg up amongst the other group of five. That's just how we feel. I'm sure that's how everyone feels on the West Coast. But tangibly looking at it, right, everybody gets to play everybody. You don't kind of have a guessing game in the conference of who's good and who's not. Do you think that's helpful in determining who is worthy to come out of that conference and be a part of that 12-team field when it comes to where it's determining its champion?
Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. I think the balanced schedule is helpful to determine just how good the champion of the Pac-12 is going to be. And I think the American is obviously formidable, and they've really invested heavily. I mean, I think some of these programs in the American are working on budgets that are similar to P4 schools or, NIL type arrangements with revenue sharing that's significant, probably more than a number of the teams, if not all of the teams in the Pac-12 programs like Memphis and South Florida. I mean, they've invested so heavily. With that being said, Memphis plays a game against Boise State. Mm-hmm. So that's one of those set the narrative type non-conference moments for the league that even if Boise were to lose to Oregon in week 1, but if they bounce back and beat Memphis in week 2, that might drive home the narrative that the Pac-12 is better positioned than the American. And the one caveat with the American, it's been a very good league, is they're replacing a ton of head coaches towards the top of the league that have now, elevated to the P4. So I do feel like this is a moment in time where the Pac-12 can capitalize, but it's going to have to be earned on field.
Well, the top three coaches right now considered in the favorites all are returning, right? With Danielson and Coach Lewis and then Coach Entz, right? So there's a lot of continuity in this conference, right?
Yeah.
And I think in this day and age, the continuity, do you feel like it wins out? Is continuity winning out in college football right now?
I'd say yes and no, because even when you do, retain coaching staffs, for example, it's really hard and challenging to retain, large portions of rosters anywhere. I mean, at the P4 level, these players are graduating to the NFL with regularity. And then those budgets afford them the opportunities to obviously grab tons of players via the transfer portal. So I think it's hard because even, at every level there are, advantages and disadvantages and challenges, and that includes at the group of 6 level. But yeah, I mean, I think having the continuity is a really good starting point, but I don't think it's a guarantee necessarily. But I do think, there's like that leg up. For example, San Diego State, all 4 of their non-conference opponents have first-year coaching staff. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of FBS football. I don't think there's any other FBS program that's playing 4 teams with first-year head coaches. So we'll learn coming up in September if that truly is an advantage for San Diego State or not.
Well, Fresno State fans are going to be traveling down there in middle October. You, as the person who's the representative for San Diego, what should people be expecting when they come down there? What should people do before the game? A 7:30 kickoff at Snapdragon. What's the move for Fresno State fans when they head down there this season?
I mean, if you've never been, because the stadium's only been open for about 4 years, it's a terrific college football stadium. It really is. It's got all the amenities, and it's properly sized, and it's 30-something thousand seats, and it's got great sight lines, and it's a great place to watch a game at night. And obviously, San Diego has everything to offer, right? Whether it's the beach or the shopping and the dining. I mean, it's such a spectacular city, and it's a great place to watch a college football game at night at Snapdragon Stadium. And like you said, I'm sure there'll be a lot of Fresno State fans in the middle of October as well. I would expect it to be a good game. And, just looking forward to it. I'm sure Bulldog fans are and Aztec fans are as well.
Yeah, can't wait. I think it's going to be a really phenomenal matchup. Like I said, 2 teams in the mirror, it feels like, as far as styles and the way they want to play. I wouldn't expect this as, I don't know if it's 1st to 20 in this game.
Right. It might be 1st to 10.
Exactly. So if you like defense a little bit, I think that's the way you go. John, I'm excited to see what this matchup will look like. And if we potentially get the double dip, of course, you got an invite up here in Fresno. I'm sure we'll be checking in when you get there.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was my first trip, actually, because I want to say I've done football for 2 years, but we didn't get to Fresno until last year, and I've done basketball for 1 year, and actually the matchup that was skipped for San Diego State on the road was Fresno State. So I've only been out there once for a game, and it lived up to the hype. I mean, it was that early game, which I know is so rare in Fresno. I think, what did it kick off? It was maybe noon.
It was early homecoming blackout. Yeah. I don't think we loved the kickoff time. We weren't really in love with the kickoff time, let's be honest with you.
Yeah, the crowd was terrific, although San Diego State kept it quiet. That's what I know. I mean, there were some of those early third downs where the place gets so electric and so loud, but it was a credit to SDSU that they kept the crowd out of the game the way they played. But you can see what makes it such a great atmosphere for college football. That's one of the premier places to watch a college football game outside the P4, and I'm sure it rivals a number of P4 spots as well.
Yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait. And hopefully we get a shot at it this year with you guys at the end of the season. John, appreciate you coming on the show. And hopefully we can connect when we get closer to the matchup for real on the schedule there.
Look forward to doing that. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Behind the Bench right after this.
Start your morning with the show that gets the Valley talking. Join Jose Gonzo Gonzalez for the Valley Rise, bringing you the latest on Fresno State, the biggest local sports stories, national headlines, and the conversations that matter.
That's the perfect introduction to my guy, Coach Mark Q. Jones. Coach Q, I appreciate you being here.
Whether you're heading to work or getting ready for game day, start your day with the Valley Rise, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on ESPN Fresno. Download the ESPN Fresno app and take us wherever you go.
Citizens Business Bank is a proud sponsor of the Fresno State Bulldogs. Hi, I'm Garrett Frank, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. With more than 75 locations throughout California, we are a banking partner that understands your industry and your company. Whether you're expanding operations or planning for the future, Citizens Business Bank is here to help ensure your banking experience is smooth, convenient, and aligned with your success. Visit cbbank.com to learn how Citizens Business Bank can help contribute to your success. Citizens Business Bank, N.A., Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Spring and summer weddings, prom, graduation. Patrick James is your premier destination. Elegant tuxedos and suits for purchase or rental. We offer full-service tailoring on site, custom clothing offerings, and the West Coast's first Martin Dingman Lodge and Johnny O Shop and Shop. Please come in and experience the exemplary customer service and quality apparel carefully selected for you from all your favorite brands. Patrick James in Fig Garden Village or PatrickJames.com. Started in Fresno and serving the Valley since 1962.
Armament! 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 Say it with him. Armament, your go-to team for residential and commercial roofing done right.
Celebrate the 4th of July with a roof that's built to last. Save $1,000 off your roofing project when you schedule your estimate and sign up by the end of July. Lock it in today.
Visit Armament Coatings and Roofing.com for your free quote. Armament Coatings and Roofing.com. Armament! Armament! Armament!
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri Enterprises. Every acre depends on good water, whether you're irrigating or making a spray application. But not all water is the same. Water quality can impact tank mix compatibility, product performance, and ultimately your yield. That's why Helena offers Aqualens, an advanced water sampling program that helps identify issues in your spray and irrigation water and provides recommendations to help you get the most from every pass. Talk to your local Helena representative to learn how Aqualens can help you make every gallon count.
Ed Dinas, the dealer in Dinuba that does. Yes, he does.
Here's your winning plan for summer. Head to Ed Dinas Auto Center for employee pricing and 0% financing on select vehicles during the summer savings event. Drive home in a new GMC Sierra, Denali, Chevy Silverado, or Chevy Suburban, ready for adventure in between. Proud official partner of Fresno State Athletics. Find Ed Dinas in Dinuba, just off West El Monte Way, or online at eddinasautocenter.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Here it comes.
Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 10% or more on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Why you always in the mood? Around like I'm brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Big thanks to John Schaefer for joining me in the last segment, voice of San Diego State Athletics, who we'll be maybe chatting with when we get to that game against San Diego State, October 17th. Can't wait for that. And also, potentially, November 28th in the flex situation. Have you thought more about that flex game, whatever that looks like?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know what to think of it, though, until it actually happens.
Right.
You know, I think I just need to go through the, the game itself, whatever happens there.
I'm just trying to find the scenario. So if Fresno State has to play San Diego State, if that's the case, what has to either San Diego State has to have a bad season,
yeah,
or Fresno State has to have a subpar season, right? But I'm wondering if it becomes like a Fresno State's like 7-0 in the conference,
yeah,
and San Diego State's one loss is to us. I don't think they would match up Fresno State and San Diego State if that meant that was them playing against each other.
How is this flex game announced again?
So it's for the betterment of the conference. So from what I've heard, there's a few scenarios that make sense, and John highlighted it in the last segment. It was, let's say you have 2 5-6 teams.
Yeah,
that we don't. That you need to see they play each other. Basically, it's a de facto playing game for a bowl game.
Okay.
To get bowl eligible.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
shift it that way.
I
So
see.
you have conference teams instead of like 2 teams that end up 5-7 in separate games that you don't really get to control. At least
Right.
you can then say, okay, 5-6 teams, here you go.
So then would you basically, if somebody's already in the Pac-10 championship, because
Right.
they're just so far and away better, would they just play the worst team in the
You could throw it that way.
Yeah.
Would that hurt their resume? What
I guess if you want to do it like
would
that,
it that,
sure.
or would you want to play maybe a team that's like 5-3?
And so it's basically just a committee that just chooses the games that you're going to play.
Right. They've defined it as for the betterment of the conference.
Well, anybody can define anything.
Exactly. That's
Johnny Infantino.
Hey, we got some breaking news. Speaking of that, let me get there. There we go. We were just talking about it before earlier in the show, and we now have breaking news that happened about 13 minutes ago. Johnny Infantino scraps FIFA World Cup sell-off plan after backlash. So the guns were pointed at him, and he said, "Okay, all right, everybody relax, everybody chill out. All right, I got the message." He said, "Quote: Having listened carefully to all the views, it has become clear that the project has created division of a nature that, regardless of level of support," those comments doing a lot of work, "are no longer in the interest of the objective set out in the first place." the regardless of level of support. He just couldn't quite get there fully and say, this is a bad idea.
Regardless of level of support.
Regardless
man.
of the level of support,
dude,
is insane to me.
The PC talk of higher ups in these sort of leagues is just so jarring to me.
You smell this, Denver? You smell it? It smells like Sepp Blatter.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's so funny. Sepp Blatter was out here trying to be righteous, and he's like, I would never do this, as if he wasn't part of one of the biggest scandals in FIFA history.
What is that classic Onion article? The worst scumbag in the world makes a good point.
The worst person has made a great point or something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
So FIFA, the World Cup's back on, Tanvir.
Well, They haven't agreed to go back yet.
I guess so.
You never know. Hey, they can make their own thing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, fun stuff there. Timby, you're going to take off here now. We've got another hour of the show.
Yes.
Just a reminder coming up, we got Phil's 5 of 5. We got Josiah Freeman, Jake Applegate as well. Real quick, anything to watch that you're watching over the weekend before I let you go?
That I'm watching over the weekend.
Any interesting sports?
I will say I have been in the. This is the part of the year where I'm like, I'm not watching anything.
Oh, Red Sox Dodgers.
Oh yes.
Come on now.
Okay.
Big series for us, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Gunner? Yeah?
Peak.
Is this a World Series preview?
Whoa.
I said this on my podcast. So if you guys...
No, maybe. I would be down for a little 2018 rematch.
Little Sox.
This time Mookie's on our side.
Yeah. You know, we have Willem Contreras. I don't know.
I did say you get a 5 seed.
We have a Peyton Tolley. We're winning that division.
Yeah? You think so?
We're going to finish above the Yankees.
And not the Yankees?
No, we're beating the Yankees.
The defense...
We officially control our own destiny. We are 3.5 games back of the Yankees, and we have 4 games left with them. We officially control our own destiny with the Yankees.
Dude, that defense is so bad.
I know. Just put a ball in play. That's all you got to do. Tanvir, appreciate it coming in.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. See you guys next week.
Appreciate it as always.
Yep.
One more hour next on 1430 ESPN.
Cybercrime.